Hello, welcome back to Galactic Reviews. We are making a
Interrupting
tier list.
cow.
This is hard to believe, isn't it?
Ethan, shut up. We are making a tier list on the Pixar movies. Now, this is as of late March 2023. So,
If you just stopped on 2020, I would have laughed even more.
I would hope that would have like knocked out a few of these that aren't that good. But
Ha!
we're stopping at April 2023. So, if you're seeing this in the future, sucks to suck. So, first movie we're gonna do is the age-old classic Toy Story.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Ethan,
That
where do
one.
you think it needs to go?
Where do I think it needs to go?
Yeah, yeah.
I personally would put it here.
I think that's a solid one. It's a classic. It's
I would
not.
put it there, just because it's a very good one. It's like
Yeah,
they're like everyone says, "Oh, this is the first real Pixar movie,"
yeah,
and like I think they did a very good job with it. They set up every character in that movie just fantastically, and I
yeah,
thought the storyline was really good.
yeah. I'd agree. I'd agree. It's a classic for a reason. It's done really well.
Oh yeah,
It's not. It's
100%.
not it's not S tier.
Oh
It's not
no,
that. It's not that high, but
it's not like the
it is
yeah.
definitely a high A tier. Don't get me wrong.
Oh oh yeah,
So it is very well done, and it's a reason. There's a reason why one the company did well after this movie, and why it
oh
is a classic. So
oh
yeah,
yeah,
I think A tier. I think A tier is what I put it to. So
100%.
next movie is A Bug's Life from 1998.
Oh no! I'm lost!
Okay, I
Where would
think I. This one's tough.
you put it somewhere, and I'll say if I agree.
I think it's an A, but I think it's a low A. I don't think it's a. Putting it at a B sounds doesn't sound. I think it's still good. It's one of my favorites. But I'm gonna say A.
I was
It's a
gonna
low
put
A,
it
but
I was gonna put it high B,
okay. So
so I'm gonna put it here.
okay, we'll put it high B
We'll
then.
put it there for
I'm
now.
I'm not against a high B.
I can see this being here though.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's not. It's that's a weird one.
I'll put it
It can
here for
honestly.
now, but it'll migrate here probably by the end
Okay,
of the
yeah,
tier list.
because by the end of this, we'll have a couple all mixed up and stuff. So,
Yeah.
all right, next one is Toy Story 2.
Good roll, son. That's my boy. Go on, buddy.
Oh, you're a great dad. Yippee! Farewell.
Oh, where are you
Uh,
putting it?
I mean, I'd say you go first on this one.
All right, so I'm gonna clearly put it here. No, I'm kidding. It's just to move it up. I would definitely put it here.
Yeah, that's definitely S tier. I'd agree on that one.
Definitely. This is the
Yeah,
best, probably the best Pixar movie,
yeah,
Amazing, marvelous, stupendous, colossal, tremendous, gigantic, astounding, unbelievable, spectacular, phenomenal. And it's good, too.
it
if
has
not
one of
one
the
of the
best.
best.
Yeah, has one of the best. Not only does it kind of build off of Toy Story with some of the characters, but also develops
Yeah.
like Buzz. Also has a very great
Yep.
development with Woody, Jesse, all
Yep.
both old and new characters. Does really well with everything, and it's a
Bullseye.
phenomenal story.
Bullseye.
Yeah, Bullseye, even Stinky Pete. I
Buzz.
mean,
Buzz
it
2 and
most
Zurg.
most people would consider it a better classic than Toy Story. While I wouldn't, I
I
guess
think
I wouldn't think it's a better classic, but I do think it has a better story. Hence why it
no.
is S tier.
Buzz.
I think you can't go more classic than the first Toy Story. But as far as like story and character development, it is better than the first one. So I
I
think it
just
is
hope
S
they
tier.
bring. I hope they bring Buzz 2 and Zurg back because that was just a really good relationship, like father and son.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
It
But
was very. It made the movie very funny too.
I also don't want him to ruin it. So I kind of wanted to stay alone, and I liked the gag as it was its own thing.
Yeah.
So I like it being on its own. One, and then two, I don't want to see him ruin it like they did with
Yeah.
every other character in four. So which we will talk
Yeah,
about
they
later.
did.
But I would rather just go ahead and leave it
All
where
right.
it was.
Next.
Okay, next up is Monsters Inc. from
Ooh.
2001.
Oh, hey! We're rehearsing a scene for the upcoming company play called Put That Thing Back Where It Came From, or So Help Me. It's a musical. Yeah, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Get that thing away from me, you guys.
All right, you go. Where are you putting it?
Oh, A tier, A tier.
Yeah,
This
I
one's
was gonna
this
put
one's
that
a
there too.
this one is a definite classic. I think it's under
See,
Toy Story, but it is definitely a classic.
this could have been here, but because of like the music and all the stuff that was in it,
The music's
it has
iconic.
it
Yeah,
has to be an A tier.
yeah, the
See,
music's iconic. It's
I
amazing.
would argue it being better than Toy Story, but Toy Story itself is iconic and the story is just way better. So I would put Monsters Inc. there.
I would say it's under Toy
But I would
Story just
say
because of
Bugs Life behind it here.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
But
Definitely,
I'll wait till later to bring it up if I need
yeah,
to.
yeah.
But for
Billy
now, I'm just gonna keep
Crystal.
it here.
Okay, thank you for
Oh,
keep interrupting me.
yes.
It's all
So
good. It's all good.
interrupting Cow.
I do think they have a great chemistry with Billy Crystal and John Goodman, both playing Mike and Sully respectively. Randall's a good sort of villain and ends up becoming like
I
sort
would
of a
say
sub villain at towards the end because you realize who the main villain is. They do a
I
great
would
job with that. Great job with all the characters and design work. I just think,
I would
uh,
say co-villain.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's a sub villain to Mr. Water News. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. It is iconic as well. Hence why it does have a prequel, sequel kind of deal. I don't, it's a
I
prequel,
also
but
oh
but they do a good
hey,
job. They could do a good job with this. It is a good film for a reason.
do you remember
So,
the bloopers reels for these?
oh yeah, those were funny too. But yeah, no, they
Yeah,
did blooper reels for Toy Story 2.
this one, Monsters Inc. But
I think
they did
and
one for
Bugs
Bugs
Life.
Life. Yeah, they did one
Yeah.
for Bugs Life.
So
That's why I want this movie back, but I want it back
I
when it
think
was
Bugs
back in the
Life.
day.
Are you talking about Monsters Inc.
Well, we
or
already
Bugs
got
Life?
we got the prequel to Monsters Inc., but I think we need a Bugs Life too.
No, I think both of them were good single ones, which ironically enough, a lot of these don't stay that way.
But I want to know
I
what happened to the characters.
I think like having like a short like they kind of have done with like Toy Story afterwards that they kind of did, like kind of having shorts like that without
Hmm.
like completely ruining everything that you knew about the toys
Yeah,
from
that
like
makes sense.
the
Yeah.
for I think something like that along those lines would be
Hmm.
fun. But to have like a second movie, I don't know where you can go from the first one, considering how it kind of left it really much like a happily ever after tale, and you really can't do much else with that.
Like Flint's Kids, kind of like Avatar 2.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I think it's fine just being a one and done movie, and I think I think a lot of these movies should have been a one and done.
Yeah,
Um,
like
besides like
Avatar
maybe
1.
besides like maybe the Toy Story trilogy, I think most of these should have been a one and done movie.
Yeah.
But that's just me personally. All right.
I kind of want to. Oh, well, they technically do that with Monsters Laugh Floor. I was
Yeah,
thinking,
it's
yeah,
kind of like a sequel.
Let's do it too. Oh wait, it's Monsters Inc. Laugh
Yeah, and they
Floor.
also had I think Disney also did a show on the monsters
They
like
did.
during their transition from scare to laughter. And it's not horrible.
Yeah,
It's not a
I haven't seen it.
phenomenal thing, but it's all right. It's not horrible, but it's
I
all right.
haven't seen it. Yeah. Anyway, next one.
All right. Finding Nemo from
Yes.
2003.
The drop off? They're going to the drop off? What are you insane? Why don't we just fry them up now and serve them with chips?
Okay, where would you put this one? A tier?
Yeah. Like this is like closely behind Monsters Inc. Like Monsters Inc. and Finding. Oh, that's Finding Dory. My
Oh,
bad.
it's Finding Dory.
I would
Don't
not
do
put.
that again.
I would
Finding
not
Nemo's
put.
right beside it. Right beside it, right there. Bruce.
Right. Oh, Bruce.
Giant Bruce Almighty, right there.
Yep. That's where I would put it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it right there. I think I'd put it maybe a little bit above Monsters Inc., but I'm fine with it being there. It is
Because
a
I think
classic.
Monsters Inc. is better than Finding Dory.
Finding Nemo. Don't confuse them. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
The
Nemo is
story, the storyline flow is really good. I think the one thing that Finding Nemo lacks is music, and that's where I think Monsters Inc. beats them in.
uh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you look at how like it's a wonderful world. That song, not as good in my opinion than Monsters Inc. Do 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 do
I will say
do
though,
do do do.
I will say the song towards the end credits for Nemo is a classic. Somewhere beyond the
Beyond the
sea. Yeah,
sea.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great one. That like
That is a
makes
good
up for a
one.
lot of the music, but I get your point. It not having that music
I just
versatility
like
that
the
Monsters
jazz
Inc. does.
feel.
Yeah,
It's that
I get it.
jazz feel, and I like it.
I agree with that. Yeah, I can agree with that. All right, next up, The Incredibles from 2004.
Oh,
You married Elastigirl? And got busy!
aw.
Make
Should
sure
I
you're
do
going to the
it?
right one.
Yes,
I
it's
mean,
this
go ahead.
one.
Yeah, go ahead and put it wherever you think. Oh yeah, you better believe it. That's an S tier, baby.
Oh, 100%.
Coincidence? I think not!
Such
Syndrome.
a classic.
Everything in that is good. Everything. And you're not a big
Would you?
superhero guy, but
No,
you
I'm not.
love this film.
Loved this movie.
And I love this film because I am a superhero guy, but they do it in such a creative way. And the villain is phenomenally done.
Oh, it was from the
Syndrome.
beginning too.
Oh yeah,
Character development from the beginning.
Syndrome is such a phenomenal villain, and is probably one of the most, I'd argue, the most iconic villain of Pixar.
Oh, I would say yeah. One of the most
So-
difficult ones to defeat too.
Oh yeah, I mean he technically defeats himself.
Yeah.
Remember, no capes. All right,
Remember no kips.
but yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I'd agree. Are you agreeing with putting it underneath Toy Story 2
Yeah.
as well? Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's good, but it's not as good, but it's still really
Yeah.
good.
Wait. Can I guess which one's next?
Okay, yeah.
Ratatouille.
Nope.
Is it Wally?
Cars.
Cars.
Cars
Oh,
from 2006.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I scare you?
Well, a little bit, but I'll be alright.
all right. Where are you
there.
putting it?
I don't know. I think it's dang. This one's tough. This one's really tough
Yeah.
because
I'll put
part
it.
of me
I'll put
wants
it
to-
here for now. So that way
Yeah,
it's in.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to keep scrolling down to it. I get
Yeah.
it. That's tough. That's tough. What about you?
A tier above Monsters Inc.
Yeah, yeah. Where I was kind of thinking too.
Really?
Part of me wants to put it at a S tier.
No,
But
it's not there yet. I
It's
don't think
yeah,
it's
don't
iconic,
know.
but it's not. It's not there yet. It's not there.
yeah, and I
Like
get
it
like
could. It could be here, but it's not there yet. I don't
yeah,
think.
and I get the complaint a lot that people make about this movie where they complain about it mostly being about merchandising instead of actually being a tale. Whereas in this one, I
Such a-
think the tale is phenomenal. So I think that's just a
Such
whole
a
bunch of
great
bullcrap.
movie.
So yeah, this is a great movie.
It teaches
Yeah.
about ego.
Yeah, I like this movie. I don't like having it at a mid tier A, but
No,
I can't think of putting it at a S. It's not
No.
that good. It's not as good as what we have up there.
music in this one was good too. It fits
It was
it
good. It
being
was
a
good.
racing movie.
Yeah. Life is a
So
highway.
the whole
So,
the whole rock and then life is a highway
yeah.
from Rascal Flats.
And it has funny moments from Mater. It's
Oh.
phenomenal. And
Like,
Ghostlight is
what's
amazing
that guy's
as well.
name?
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yes, that guy did
That guy
Mater
is
so
phenomenal.
well.
He did. He really did.
And then out of the other from the Cars universe would be Mater's Tall Tales. Oh my goodness, those were funny.
Oh yeah, those were good.
The Ghostlight. Remember
I
when
think
those
most of
were
those. Yeah, go ahead.
remember when those were new on Disney Channel?
They were so good. And I think most of them were set after Cars 2.
Yep.
So
No,
yeah,
they're
they
after
were good.
Cars 1.
Well, yeah, but most of them some of them I think were set after Cars 2,
Maybe. I don't know. Either way.
which Cars 2 was essentially just a giant Mater's
You
tall
know
tail.
You know what Cars I can probably say word for word Cars because of how many times I've seen it.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it 100%. No.
I've seen it so many times.
It's a fun movie.
And it's even funnier. I will probably watch that movie tonight.
Yeah, I might watch Incredibles tonight, to be honest. All right, next one is what you said earlier, Ratatouille from 2007.
You with me? So let's do this thing!
All right, where are you going?
Ooh, I like this movie. I can't put it at S tier because I like this movie, but I don't think it belongs up there.
Nah.
I'm gonna put it before Finding Dory, but after Monsters Inc. I think that's where I'd put it, roughly in the A tier.
You
What
mean
about
you
you?
mean you mean Finding Nemo?
Or Finding Nemo? Finding
You did
Nemo
it. You
and
did it
Monsters Inc.
too.
That's because you
I would put it here.
you'd put it up there.
Yeah.
How about we split the difference and just put it behind Finding Nemo?
Okay. Throw it there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I
I'll
get
I'll I'll live with that. That's a good
it's
place.
not it's a low A tier, high B tier, and
Yeah.
I get that.
Like Bug's
but I
Life.
think after having recently watched it, because I did recently watch this movie not that long ago. I love it. I love it even more. I like this
The
movie a lot.
the
Ratatouille. A
the
lot of these I
spicy
haven't seen.
meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say
It just
in
comes
this
to
movie,
prove anyone can do cook.
anyone can do cook. Next up is Wall-E from 2008. I also really love this movie as well. This might have a little bit. We might have a problem with this just because a lot of these came in our childhood.
Yeah.
So, but also these are really, really good.
Like these movies right here,
Yeah.
they're good, right? They have to
Oh
be.
yeah.
Every
they're
kid
really
right
good.
now would say, yes, put on any of these, please.
Pretty much. So I think for Wall-E, I think it's also an A tier. I just don't know where to put it. What about you? Do you think it's a
I'm
B
putting,
tier?
yeah, I'm putting it there.
Okay. Yeah, it's a low A tier, so I'm fine with that.
I'm putting it here because there's a lot of like these here.
It's gonna fill up just because there's so many already. So
So do you think this here?
yeah, I think after Ratatouille is not a bad choice, and we still
Yeah,
got
I'll
Bugs
put it
Life
there.
kind of hanging in the balance between A and B at the moment. So
Like if there was
kind of
like
just
an A
being
dash
designated.
B, it would be that.
Yeah, yeah. Bugs Life is kind of teetering on the line of A and B. So, but yeah,
Tearing.
no, Wall-E is. But would you put it above or after Ratatouille?
Wally?
Yeah,
I would put it after because Ratatouille is more of a like showing that people can do things even when it's like shown that they can't, like historically they can't.
I know, but have you seen like the? Have you gone back and actually looked at like I don't know,
It's
CGI
kind of
work,
like a lesson.
the computer graphic, I guess, design work or whatever? It looks so beautiful, and they use 30 minutes before anybody even says anything. I think it's either like 20 or 30 minutes before they even say a thing and say a word in Wall-E.
Yeah.
So I mean, and they get you, and they still get you invested. I mean,
I mean, with Wally, it's a love story, and I
I
kind
think,
of like a love story.
yeah, you sentimental prick. All right, but yeah, no, I agree with that placing. I agree.
But I'm keeping
That's
it
not,
there because of you. It
yeah,
could be here, but I would rather leave it there
yeah,
because
I
I know
like it.
Ratatouille.
It's
Because
an
I
A.
Ratatouille is pretty good.
It's an A. I just don't know where to put it, but it's
Yeah,
definitely an A.
I'll keep it
To
there.
me, it's an A.
It's a good love story
So
though.
to me, it's an A. To you, it's a B. So I'm just
It
putting it
it
at the
hits it
bottom
hits
of the A tier.
it hits the feelings,
No,
you know.
it does.
Anyway,
It does. It does.
next.
And with the way they do the cinematography and
All
or the
right.
CGI work and computer graphics and stuff.
Ooh, Up is next.
Yep, you are correct. Up is next
Boom.
in 2009.
Please let me in.
No.
I am keeping it there.
You are not really.
No, I'm not.
It's about to be like, I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna put a B.
Really?
I'm trying to think of.
You would put it B?
I mean, I like the story, but
The
as far as
beginning
like,
part didn't make you cry?
oh no, that part's like phenomenal.
Yeah.
But like the rest of it,
Yeah, you just said on camera that a woman dying, an old woman dying is phenomenal.
I know it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. So no, but honestly, I'm trying to think of. I'm trying
So
to think of
bad.
where I would place it because it's in between the A and B as well. I just don't know. It's not a S tier, so and it's not
No.
anything C and below. I don't know. Where would you put it? Really?
No.
Okay. Seriously, though, where would you put it?
There.
Okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Because
It is
I
definitely.
mean, the beginning part didn't hit me in the feels, but like probably rewatching it will make me hit the feels.
Yeah.
And I think with this movie, this old guy then creates a friend group, and this friend group helps him get to where he needs to go.
Yeah, he ends up. Yeah.
And the friend group eventually goes along with him,
Hmm.
and he makes a friend out of him, and these two then
Russell and
become
Carl.
friends, and then he can help mentor him and be a grandfather figure towards him, which
And
is why I
essentially
like the
kind of a
movie.
father figure because he doesn't really have a father up there with him.
Yeah,
If you're gonna do this, I'm gonna put you can put Bug's Life in the A tier list, but you can put it all the way in the back, and just everything that you put in the A tier list can go before it.
okay.
Because I want to put it in the A tier, you want to put it in the B tier, so I'm just saying let's put it in the A tier, but make it like the bottom of everything in the A. Okay, Toy Story 3 from 2010.
You would not believe what I've been through tonight.
I'm gonna say A tier, most definitely.
Ooh, I was thinking there too.
But I don't know where I would put it. I
So
think
you're
it's
saying, because I know it's better than this,
yeah, yeah. I'm thinking it's better than Ratatouille.
so you're gonna say here?
Yeah,
I agree with that. I'll leave it there.
it's a good analog. Kind of like gives like a Lotso essentially gives Woody a dark mirror of what he could have been, and kind of showing that the pros and cons of what he's chosen, everything going along with that. And I think they
It's
do a good
showing,
job.
I think it's showing Woody more as a leader.
Yeah, I do. Well, he was already a leader. It's showing more so like Woody stepping back in and trying to help his group when he goes and leaves them. It's a good one. I don't like that Buzz doesn't get as much time as he could have been. I think that does give it a little bit lower than what like Toy Story and Toy Story 2 and any of the other movies that we put it above. I think that's kind of why it's in that placing is because they do focus more on Woody instead of focusing on a lot of the other characters. It mainly just has Buzz kind of go to the sidelines with him having dementia, going back to his demo days, and then going right into Spanish mode. Although we do get like some character growth with Jesse, we do get to see that. We do get to see Barbie and Ken, get to see them, and they are actually good characters that I wouldn't thought twice of being in this movie. They're really good. Um,
Villain in this movie
Lotso is really good.
and his
Um,
group too.
yeah, let's not forget the Claw, the main hero of the story.
Yes,
So no, the unsung hero. So
absolutely.
all
Who knew
right,
a vending machine claw would be so cool?
like where would you put it right there?
I would leave it there, yeah.
Okay, I think it's better than some of these other ones, but I don't think it's as good as the first. I think it is not as good as the. I think it's not as good as Finding Nemo, the first of the Nemo, I guess, franchise universe, whatever.
Hmm.
I don't think it's worse than a lot of these other ones that we put up here. So,
No.
what have
Good
you thought
good
yet?
good adventure for the group.
It's a good adventure, but it's as far as character growth, more happens in like 2 and 1 than it happens in 3. Okay, so
Yeah.
up next is the controversial one that'll probably have a lot of comments on
Cars
Cars
2.
2 from 2011. Where would you put this one?
There.
You put it at a B?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. I agree on that one.
Like it sucks that like these like Finn McMissile and Holly Shiftwell, both of them you don't see it in like 3 or 4 because
No,
these
there's
two
only
characters.
3.
Oh, they're oh dang it. Never mind.
Yeah, you
And
don't get to
like
see
the
them in the
rest
next
of the new
sequel.
characters you don't see either, and it's mostly just Lightning and like Mater, and then
Yeah.
like everyone else. But it's just like all these characters that were brought in just dumped, and I kind of don't like that because this was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It wasn't as
It
good as the
wasn't
first
it
one.
wasn't the best, but it was still
No,
a pretty good movie.
it was still good. It was still good.
Hence why it's at the B tier.
It's a fun movie. Just puts Mater in a sort of James Bond-esque sort of role, and it's fun and hilarious.
It didn't fit,
Oh.
but it was really funny.
Yeah, well, I know it's somewhat James Bond-esque because they named one character Holly Shift Well. And think about it in a Cards universe. That's a character's name. They knew exactly what they were doing. So it has very much the same essence of a Bond lady from at least Bond lady name. And I think they did a good job. It's just I don't know why a lot of people hate it. I think they
No,
just don't like
I liked it.
I liked it. I liked Larry the Cable Guy being in it. I thought it was funny. So I don't know why a lot of people hate that movie.
It shouldn't have been hated, in my
It
opinion.
shouldn't be. It should have probably had some criticism. Granted, it probably has criticism, and it definitely does have criticism, but it shouldn't have been as abhorrently criticized as it was compared to some of these other
Yeah. Do you remember
other ones.
the DS game for Cars 2?
Yeah. What was this, a racing
That
game?
was a
Whatever.
great game.
That was a blast. All right,
Sorry.
bringing that back to the DS days. All right, next up
Yep.
is Brave from 2012. Now, ironically, I do like this film. Ironically
Yeah,
enough, I didn't think
great
I
movie.
would. I didn't think I like a film about a mother and a daughter, but just because I didn't really have much of a care, I wouldn't think. But it's a good movie, good tale. Uh, mm, where would you put it?
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with that. I do think they do a wonderful job with it. But as far as like, and it's still a relatively good movie. It's just at a B. It's just at a B rating. Which think about
I
it this
guess
way: a B is an 8. So
I could say putting Brave at a B is the brave thing to do.
yeah, B is for Brave. All right.
Nice.
But yeah.
Next.
I do think it's good. So, and it's a good story. Just
Oh, my back. All right.
next up is Monsters University from 2013.
Yay.
I can't go back to jail.
Wait, is this really all of them?
Yeah, that's really all of them, I think.
Wow. Pixar sucks. No.
No, Pixar's young.
Yeah, they are really young.
I don't know. Where would you put this one? I'm kind of trying to figure that one out in my head.
Probably there.
Okay, I'd agree on that one.
Better than Brave,
It's-
better than Cars 2, and not as good as Bugs Life.
Yeah, I'd agree on that. There's
'Cause
definitely
it's a
some good moments.
Great
Yeah.
movie though.
Yeah,
Like I would argue it could be here.
it very well could.
Like I'll argue it being there too.
I'm gonna say put it in the B.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's a very good film. Very decent prequel. It's just definitely not as good as its predecessor, but they do fantastic work with the CGI work or computer sort of generated movie work. I don't know exactly what this is called.
Tier list.
No, like the animation sort of thing. I don't know if it's like 3D animation, CGI animation.
No, 3D.
Okay. I do think they're gonna do a good job with Monsters University, and they do a good job of showing how they got there, showing how they became friends.
I think it was a good
So-
prequel to Monsters.
It's a good prequel. It's a good prequel with a company that does a lot of sequels. It was a surprisingly good prequel.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, all right, Inside Out from 2015, June 19, 2015. Where would you put this?
I went last time. Your turn.
I'd put it at the C category. C or B. It's not.
What? How
Mm,
is it not up here with the A?
I don't
Bing
think
Bong's death was emotional.
I
That
get that,
made me
but
cry. It was a great movie.
I get that, but for most of the story, it's kind of just bland for most of it. It kind of just happens. So I will consent and put it up to a B, but yeah, I don't
Don't you
think
dare
it's
disrespect Bing Bong ever again.
no. Bing
I will
Bong's actually a great
find
part
you.
of the Bing Bong's actually the one part I do like on this film.
Let him
One of the few
die.
parts. No, well, yeah, that too, but just him as a character, I do like Bing Bong as a character. I like
So
anger, fear.
so you like this guy's wife dying, and then you like Bing Bong dying. And
Yeah,
that's the
yeah, yeah.
only two reasons why you like those movies.
No, I like the. I just think this one doesn't have as much of a payoff as some of these other movies on the list that we have, as to sort of like change, like the character growth, the sort of character's journey. We don't get to see that as much as in Inside Out as we
Yeah.
do with
I
some of
mean,
these
the
other ones.
only real two people that we see in this movie is joy and sadness. You
I
don't
know,
really
and
see the
that's
other three.
yeah, I know, which is sad because they have a good chemistry with the five
Yeah.
of them all together, but they only really use joy and sadness instead
Yeah.
of using all five at the same time, which would have been something that would have been great to see in this movie.
I also
So,
thought the concept of this movie was very, very interesting.
yeah, I would agree to that. I just
Like
think,
first glance, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Five different things that like control you, I guess. But yeah, I thought that was really cool.
all right, next movie up on the chopping block is The Good Dinosaur from November of 2015. Now, have you seen you haven't seen this movie, have you? All right, I'm gonna put it as a C.
I have no opinion on this one.
All
Sorry.
right, it's an all right film. It's not a horrible film, but it's not a great film. And so yeah, I think it's deserving of the C ranking. But
All
yeah,
right. I don't have opinion on that one.
for The Good Dinosaur, I would just say it is a mediocre tale. It's not a horrible tale. It's not a great tale. It's just a regular tale. There's some problems with it. Don't get me wrong, but it's a decent enough tale. It's did good with what its concept was and everything. It's just I don't know what else they could have done with it, but it just wasn't as interesting of a concept as it could have been.
When was that? 2015?
Oh yeah, 2015.
That was the year that the Lightning went to the final
Nobody
and lost to
cares.
the
All right.
Blackhawks. Yeah,
Nobody cares. All right.
I know.
Next up is Finding Dory from 2016.
Where are you putting it?
Mm, I put it B tier, but I put it like in between Monsters University and Cars 2.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
It was annoying. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's not a great movie. It's not a horrible movie.
I thought it was really good, and it sets up for a potential third movie.
I don't want there to be a third one for this. I think it
No.
should just end right there.
Yeah.
I don't think this
Well,
movie should have
I would
existed,
like a
period.
third movie that stars those fish that are going to the Marine Life Institute.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be a good thing to see.
Yeah.
Get it?
I would say she was much like she was just I don't know, she was just mid, like as far as like a main character for her own movie. She was
I
mainly
think
just
I
she was
think
mainly
Mater
just
was
mid.
a better main character than Dory.
Okay. What do you think it should go before or after?
Well, I thought the movie itself was good, like the whole thing, the whole setting and everything. But I think
Yeah.
Mater as a main character was better than Dory
Okay.
as a main character. I just want to voice that opinion out there
All right. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that.
because it feels like they just pulled a Cars 2 and they just made that.
Yeah, I would say though that Finding Dory I think has a better concept than Cars 2, hence why
Yeah,
it's a little bit
that's why it was
it's
better.
higher up.
I think as a
But
movie,
yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was a great movie.
yeah, it was all right. We have next Cars 3 from June 16th of 2017.
2017?
Yep,
We're that old?
yep, it's 6 years old,
Dang.
almost 6 years old.
And here we thought that Lightning McQueen died. No, he just got old.
It felt like it. All right, where would you put this movie?
That's a good question.
Like out of the theater?
I would go here.
Like out of the theater, I probably would have agreed with you. But after having thinking about this and kind of like thought about like how that movie like as a concept came down, I'm gonna go C. Just on the main concept of it ends up going from being a Lightning McQueen movie to being a Holly Shifwell movie.
Where it
So
talks
it's
what?
like Cars 3.
Where's Holly
goes-
Shifwell in the movie?
Not Holly Shifwell. What's her?
Cruz Ramirez?
Cruz Ramirez, yeah, whatever her name is.
That was
Cruz,
like,
it goes from being about lightning to Cruz relatively
bro,
quickly.
it's a passing of the torch.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like a rightful passing though.
You don't think?
No.
You know, there's an alternate ending that
No,
they
I don't
had.
know what it is. What is it?
Yeah, I gotta show you it. It's really cool.
Sum it up if you can.
Basically, what was it? The main character, like the owner of Rusty's,
Hmm.
he fired Lightning before he even got to race, saying that the deal was off,
Hmm.
and he put Cruz in instead, and then Lightning ran for Dynaco. Because Tex was like, "Hey, I heard you needed somebody. You want to race?" So they went to Dex said, "Well, I got an open spot. You want to race for me?" And Lightning was like, "Bring it on." So he did.
That sounds better, honestly. Because
I
it kind of
liked
brings
that
it
concept.
that sounds better than what they did because they
I
essentially
liked
had
the
Cruz
passing of
just
the torch though.
that would have been okay if they
I
had done
feel
it
like,
right and it didn't feel like they did it right here.
yeah, I guess.
Just because like especially towards the end when Cruz does the exact same move as Doc
But
Hudson
the thing is
when
with
she
that,
is a rookie, a
yeah,
very, very big rookie, and she does the
yeah,
exact same move as Doc Hudson, essentially saying she is as good as Doc Hudson.
yeah,
And since like and probably back at that point we didn't see it, but it's very reminiscent of what we got with like Last Jedi and all that sort of stuff. And so not saying it's as bad as that, because it's not. The concept is still there, but the way that they did it in the movie, looking back on it,
hmm
I definitely don't favor that movie as much. So, but
okay.
I can relent and put it up in the. You said what A? That
I was
concept.
thinking like in between here, like in between
Okay,
Toy Story 3 and Ratatouille.
and I'm thinking C. So we can put it in the B and then figure out where it needs to go in placing.
Okay. Because I
So
just think that that movie was really good. Like even like without the alternate ending.
I will agree. Like out of the theater, I thought it was good, but it's later when I thought about it and I was like, well, that doesn't really feel as good. Let's go next with Coco, which came out in November 22nd, 2017. Now, where would you'd put it in the B? Top B?
Yeah. Yeah. The music in this movie was fantastic. The everything in this movie was fantastic. I thought the storyline was pretty good. Putting it at a B.
Yeah, I'd put it at a B as well. It's the
Would you put it
character.
here or lower?
I'd put it before Finding Dory for sure, but I don't know if I'd put it before Monsters University.
No, I'll leave it there.
But
That's fine.
I do like the characters. I like the music. I like the great plot twist towards the end of the story.
Oh yeah.
The twist villain, which kind of you could see coming a mile away regardless. Everything was really well done. So yeah, I'd put it there. But yeah, I definitely would put it I would put it there. It's not an A movie, I don't think.
No, I don't think it's there. I thought it was a good movie though.
Yeah, it's definitely a good movie. I wouldn't put it as C quality either. I don't
Mm,
think it's as bad as Good Dinosaur.
way better than
And
Good Dinosaur.
I haven't seen it. You can't talk, but I do think it is a decent movie. I do think
Yeah.
it's a decently good movie. So
Yeah.
I think B was probably where it needs to go. All right, next up is
Can I guess?
Incredible.
Wait,
Yeah, go.
let me. Incredibles 2.
Wow, what a shock! It's like I almost said. It. All right,
Yeah,
Incredibles 2
I'm just
from
putting it there for now.
2018. This one I'd also put at a B.
What?
Actually, no, I take that back. I'd put it at a high B or low A.
So you're saying here?
Roughly, yeah.
No.
Where would you put it?
I would put it like here, in between Toy Story 3 and Nemo.
I don't think it's that good.
You don't?
No, I do think the Jack parts are funny. That's a lot of
To
what
be
I like
fair,
about the movie.
that carried this movie.
I think it did,
But
yeah.
the reason why I would put it in between Toy Story 3 and Nemo is because you actually got to see the kids in fighting action.
Yeah. I
And you
do
actually
think that
got to see their team chemistry work so well, and how they were able to completely destroy an evil genius.
true, but it's nothing we didn't see in the Incredibles, the first Incredibles. If anything, we saw it like to the next level of what they could do with that, but we did get to see that sort of chemistry in the first Incredibles, so it's nothing new, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
I
But
do
I
think
feel like oh,
I don't like that Mr. Incredible gets sidelined. I do like the bits with Frozone in it. I do think he gets a little bit more. I
I
think he
didn't
gets a little bit more screen time in this movie than he did in the first one.
I didn't like
So,
how Mr. Incredible got sidelined either, but I think it was more for comical relief.
mm, if it was, I didn't laugh. I didn't think it was a good part of the story. But regardless,
But like him being all drowsy because he's stressed out because of the baby, that was
Mhm.
funny.
that
It
part,
was
that
just
part,
so funny.
that part is humorous. But I didn't like him getting sidelined completely
No, I
until like
hated
it
that
was needed.
part.
Uh, I don't think the villain is that good, and it seems to be more so a knockoff to some degree of Syndrome,
Eh,
just to some manner, because she resents the villains, or she resents the heroes because they let her down. Very much similar to Syndrome, and she's using technology to essentially rid the world of superheroes.
right.
It's very similar. Um, I don't know. I
But
don't
I
think
think
it's just not
the
as good.
reason, like her reasoning though, is different from Syndrome's.
Her reasoning is good. I will give them that. Her reasoning is very well done. I just think they could have done better with the way they
And
handled her character.
I think
Um,
Incredibles 2 could be a setup for Incredibles 3, which I think they should do.
yeah, if they do it though, I want it to be better done than this.
Like you got what Underminer as the main villain, which will definitely happen. And
I
I
think he
think
needs to be more like a
Underminer,
side villain, like Bon Voyage. I don't think he needs to be a main
you
villain.
think?
Yeah.
Well, I think with Underminer, you got what? I think it would be a great ending to the trilogy to finally defeat Underminer.
Oh no, I think they should defeat Underminer, but I think what they should, I don't think he should be the main villain.
Okay.
I think it should be more like a Bon Voyage type of deal.
Well,
Like where
either
he's just
way,
like where he's
well,
there
you also
for
have to
some point in the
remember
movie.
Underminer's played by that one guy that's in all these movies.
Yeah, I think he will be in it. Don't get me wrong. If they do a third one, what I'm saying is, I don't think he'd be the main villain. I don't think he'd be a good one. I think he's a good sort of side villain, kind of like Bon Voyage.
I just don't want it to be like what is it? Like Star Wars 8 where they have one group of people go somewhere and then another group go somewhere else and it'd be like two different stories.
Yeah, well, I mean that's kind of what they did in this one to
No,
some degree.
it's one continuous, well, yeah, that's kind of true.
They
But I
did
feel
that with
like
Helen and then
but
Bob.
it's like two irrelevant stories that just that you know the answer to.
Yeah, they're kind of. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, actually it's 3 in Star Wars 8, but
Yeah, I mean
Ray's
I'm not gonna.
story, the purple-haired girl story, and then the side quest that they're trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I do like the parts about Jack Jack. I do like the parts of Dash and Violet, but it's nothing new. Um, the Jack Jack parts are fun, but it's just essentially a retread from what they did in Incredibles towards the end. Um, the new things that they do, like with Helen and Bob, I don't necessarily completely like. I don't like that they sidelined Bob. I do like that we get to see more of Elastigirl or Elasti-Woman, whatever her name is,
Last
superhero name
Girl.
is. But
Or Mrs. Incredible, just to make it easy.
yeah, I do like we did get to see that, but I didn't like that they sidelined Bob entirely. I didn't like that they sidelined Mr. Incredible. They didn't completely sideline Mrs. Incredible. She got her time to shine. Mr. Incredible really didn't. So yeah, that's why I rank it this low.
I also like the 3 characters as music things that they got. Mr. Incredible, Incredible. That was introduced in these movies. In this
Yeah,
movie.
it's not
And then
horrible. They got
the
theme songs.
Frozone. Like I like
Yeah, I
the
don't. Yeah, I don't know. It's
I feel
just
bad
it's
because
not
I
as
forget.
good.
I feel bad because I forget Miss Incredibles.
Don't worry, it's a
It's a good.
woman. But no, in all seriousness,
I thought we were being
is
serious. I like this movie.
it's a good movie, don't get me wrong. It's just not as good. I think it's a decent
Okay, so why wouldn't you say it's in the A tier?
for what I kind of already said. The
You
villain
thought
not being
Jack
as good of a villain as it could have been. The way that they sort of handled Jack more like a humor sort of thing instead of like actual like character development
Well, he's a
sort of thing
baby,
with
so
his
you can't really character develop a baby.
no, but you
Not
can
yet.
character develop like the family going along with like figuring this out. Instead, you really don't have that
Oh yeah,
to
he
to
gets
what you
shoved off
could have
to Edna
had.
mode.
Yeah, I mean you do get some of it with uh Mr. Incredible kind of playing with Jack's laser eyes. It would have been an interesting thing to see like all this sort of stuff happen around, but we didn't get to see it that much. So I don't
I think it is good though to see Edna mode like be friends with specifically Jack because this ensures that Jack and Edna mode will like be pretty much friends until Edna mode passes away. This this will like when Mr. and Mrs. Incredible eventually pass, maybe Edna mode with
I know, but you're
them. I
thinking
don't
way
know.
too far down the future and
Yeah,
don't even
I'm
think they're
thinking
gonna
way
get
too
that
far
far.
down the future, but I
I
do
don't even
think
think they're gonna
that
get that.
Jack
If they get that far with the movie franchise, and
which
it's
would
like
be
no,
crazy.
that'll probably be number 65. So I
They're
mean,
setting it
it
up
won't
though.
go. It won't go that far. I don't think. I don't think they thought that far ahead. I don't think they ever will think that far ahead. If they do, that surprises me. But I just
An
don't think this one.
Incredibles movie every year. Let's go.
I don't think this movie will get. I
No,
don't think that movie's
I
on.
hope it.
This movie's on that level, and I
I
don't
do
think
hope
any
that
future.
I do hope that there's an incredible show coming in.
I
That's
don't think
actually
so.
good, by the way.
I don't think so. I think if they do an Incredibles 3, which I have no doubt that they will at some point just because they're running out of ideas.
Oh,
But I think if they do an Incredibles 3, I hope they think more about the plot and what they're going to do with it.
yeah. Although
Because
I will say,
this one felt kind of haphazard to some
yeah,
degree anyway.
I will say they did make a Tangled show, and that Tangled show, phenomenal. So I think, and their Big Hero 6 show I thought was pretty good too.
I watched the Tangle show. I'm not impressed.
You're not? That was a great show.
It was all right. Wasn't great.
What?
Wasn't horrible. Wasn't great.
All right. Comment down below if you think Payson's take on the Tangled show was terrible.
It wasn't
It was
great.
such a good show.
It's not great.
That
It's
is
a
a
mediocre
fantastic
show.
show.
It's a mid show. It's not horrible.
Compared,
Don't get me
all right,
wrong.
Payson. First off, all right, look at the Tangled show. Look at the crap that Disney's putting out right now. Would you
That
have
doesn't
Tangled
make it a
show?
great
No,
show.
no. Would you rather Tangled show or crap on right now?
Tangled, but that doesn't make it a great
Thank
show.
you. I
That's
know.
not
I'm
the
just saying.
argument.
I'm just saying. The Tangled show right now
I'd rather turn off
completed.
the TV.
Tangled show completed. It's already completed on Disney Plus. Would you rather watch? Would you rather watch that or like Sweet Life on Deck or any of these different Disney shows that they've done or Para Kings?
I don't know. I kind of liked Fairy Kings, honestly.
Yeah, Para Kings was actually pretty good. Yeah.
until they made it sound horrible.
I
but
mean,
like it was kind
the
of good.
entirety of Para Kings, not like the good parts. The entirety.
You're not naming crappy crappy new shows like Pickle and Peanut or something. Like if
No,
you
because
said
they
that,
suck.
I know that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Tangled show isn't as good as what you kind of outrightiously praise it to be.
Because
but
it's a
not,
good show.
It's
The
not
twist
good.
in this show is phenomenally done.
The twist
The
in the
writing
show.
in this movie is phenomenally done. The music in the show, phenomenally done. Everything about this show is fantastically done. And I think you, sir, need to look in the mirror and say, dang, Ethan, you are right.
The twist in the show was thought of and seen from episode 1 of season 1.
I honestly didn't think that was gonna happen.
I did.
Of course you did. You're Payson.
Because I'm
You're a
not
genius.
stupid.
You're a genius. Of course you knew. Payson the freaking genius. I didn't see it, so
I saw it coming a mile away. It's not
judge for
out of
yourself.
pocket hand.
People out there, hey, comment down below if you've seen the Tangled show and say if Payson's wrong.
I think it's all right. I don't think it's great.
I liked it.
But I don't think it's horrible. I think it's all right.
I liked it. That's all I wanted to say. Next
It's not-
movie.
I will say it's not S tier. It is not S tier.
Oh, the show?
Yeah, the show, not S tier.
Yeah, no, not S tier. I would put it at a very high A.
No, I put it at a B.
Okay.
I put it at a B, maybe a C. I really haven't seen.
Don't please don't put it at a C. You do
I
not
haven't seen more than
disrespect.
season. A C's a 7. You can calm down. Next up is Toy Story 4. Now that you've sent us on that rabbit trail, on this one, where would you put it? This one we might get some flack for. Are you retarded? You're joking, right?
Where would you put it?
At least a C, maybe a D. I'm thinking maybe F, honestly. Just because it does Woody disservice, it does Buzz disservice, it ruins Bo Peep in general, and it does a horrible story.
I'll put it there for now.
Yeah, you put it at B. I said possibly F, so I think D
I
or
think
C is probably good.
the only thing emotional about this was Woody and Buzz separating.
That's
but
about the
I
only
think
thing.
that
But they
I
didn't
think
set it up at all. They didn't set it up.
But I think the thing is with this, I mean, they did set it up because you saw Woody go with Bo Peep and those two, and he then goes with Bo Peep's crew, and
No.
for me,
I'm talking about they didn't set up like them leaving.
yeah,
They didn't set it up well. Like they showed it. They
no,
showed it. I will give you that. They did show it, but they didn't set it up well.
yeah,
It
I
was
agree with
not
that.
set up well. They made Buzz dumb. They made Woody a
Yes.
side character in a movie that was kind of about him.
Yep.
They made Bo Peep They made Bo Peep essentially a female Woody, which she
Yeah.
wasn't.
No.
It is beyond retarded. So
Like if you seen the movies where Bo Peep was in, which was 1 and 2, you would know that Bo Peep is the damsel in distress.
well, not that she's like helpless, but she is a very supportive character to Woody and the rest of the gang.
Yes.
She's more so like a mother figure, and instead they
Yes.
try to make her like a father
Well,
figure.
not for Woody.
Well, not for Woody, no, but for
More
like
of a
the rest
wife
of the
figure,
toys,
but you know.
she is, yeah, to that degree, kind of like how Jesse is to Buzz, to some degree.
Like if you see what she's wearing in this
Like
compared to that,
there's a reason why they SJW'd her from going from her dress that looked like she was from colonial times to being in a pantsuit
but
that
like
looked like she
her
was just
being
recently doing
in
yoga.
like her being in that, there's a point to it though.
Yeah, no, they
Like
wanted
her
to do
being
it.
in the dress, there's a point to it because
She
she's
was also
showing off that
porcelain and
she
on a
is
lamp.
a woman. She's showing off that she is a woman and she likes Woody.
Well,
Essentially.
not only that, but let's just get through the fact that she was a porcelain doll from a lamp. She was a porcelain piece of the lamp, so I would think her dress would also be porcelain. So how exactly did you change?
I don't know. Either way, I didn't like Toy
These
Story 4
questions
as
and
much.
more will be answered.
Courtesy of Pixar. Stay tuned. Anyway,
Just showing Pixar with the instead of like Luxo, it's just a middle finger emoji, just going ding ding ding, just a ding 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 ding. All right, next up is Onward from 2020, March 6th, 2020. Where
Hey,
would you
bro.
put this one? Yep.
I am expecting nothing lower than this.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Where would you put it?
I think the B category is probably where it needs to be. It's not great. It's not horrible. I think it's good as a brother. I like it. I do like Chris
Personally?
Pratt. I like Chris Pratt a lot in it. I like the way that I like Tom Holland in this. It doesn't take a lot to do voice acting, but I do like
I'm
it.
putting
I
it
don't
I'm putting
think
it there.
Mm,
Like, if you have my humble opinion, there.
okay. Well, we can divvy this out when we go into like more specifics, but I do
Right.
think it needs to be on the B tier.
Oh,
Um,
100%. Has to be. I don't think it's an A
I
tier.
don't think it's an A. I don't think it's a C. It's not as it's better than Good Dinosaur, and Good Dinosaur is like top C, from my opinion, is like basically the C of C tiers, uh, like the C of C tier movies. So
Mhm.
I do think Onward is good, but it's not great. So I think B is probably where it needs to go. I do like the story. Really could care less about the mom. Um, I do like the concept of them trying to find their dad. I do like the mom being supportive. Um, so I just think that her like whole side quest of trying to find her kids really wasn't necessary. I
I
do
thought
think
her
that
side I thought her
it's
side quest was to marry that horse guy.
no, the side quest was like her and the Mandrigal going and looking for her kids while they were going to try to find the other gem.
Hmm.
That was her sort of side quest. No, that was her side horse chick. That's kind of what. But no, I did like the. I wish it was more so her and the. I wish it was more so her and her boyfriend. What is that called? The centaur.
Sure.
I wish it was her, the elf, and the centaur boyfriend that she has. That's a policeman. I wish it was
Yeah,
them
that
going
would have
on it
been better
instead of
doing.
her and the Manticore. I think that would have been better. But nevertheless, I do think that it is a decent movie. Soul, what do you think of that one? That is the next one up from December 25th, 2020.
C tier.
See tier?
Yeah.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that. I think it's under Good Dinosaur.
Great movie, very funny, but
I think it's a
not
very
what I
mid-tier movie. It's a very mid-tier movie.
yeah.
The only thing that brings it above, kind of making it that sort of C, sort of 7 number out of like 10,
Hmm.
is the music. The music is
Oh,
what makes
music
this
is
movie
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Not iconic, but very good music.
No, no, it's very good
Because you
music,
got
very good
like
jazz.
it's not iconic like Monsters Inc. Finding Nemo or
Yeah,
Cars. It's not like the or Incredibles, but it's not like that. It's like very good music though. It is good
yeah.
music though.
And the reason why it's a C is just because it has problems with the story, like kind of doesn't really explain a whole bunch of things that need to go in with like the souls and stuff. Kind of doesn't like want kind of plays it safe with like how to like the afterlife without really ever like giving a stance. Kind of like putting the most atheist afterlife kind of stuff that they could without trying to offend anybody. So, and I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just it's one of those things where it's
Great
on a
movie
touchy
though.
subject. They did an okay job. I just don't think it is anything over what a C. I'd even to some degree I might even say it could possibly be a 6, which would make it a D. However, I don't know. I think C for now, like on the low end of the C
I
tier
liked
list,
it.
is probably a good place for it to be and for it to
I
land.
think I think as a musician I relate to this as well.
As a musician, I like it,
Yeah.
but as like a movie,
No.
it's not.
I thought it was
It's
funny
gotta
though.
be. Some
It had
areas
some
are.
funny
I think it
it had
has like
some
some
funny
plot
moments,
holes
but
and stuff.
yeah.
I think it does have some plot holes. I do like the music. That's probably why
Is this
I like
is
it as a C.
yeah. Is this in
Next up
order now?
is yeah, it's in order now. Up next is Luca from 2021, June 18th. So where would you put this one? I'm assuming you've seen this one, right?
Ooh.
Have
No,
you seen
I'm
this one?
not I have seen this one. It's not
Okay,
gonna be
okay.
a C.
It's not a C. I'd put it also B. I'd put it also
Yeah.
B.
Where would you put it here or would you put it like more this way?
I don't know. I don't
Because
think
I
it's as
would personally, I would probably put it here.
I think it's above Onward, but I also don't know, like, quite frankly,
Because
we're
I
gonna have
think
to
it's
go
better than
through the B.
Coco, but I don't think it's better than Monsters University.
I don't think it's better than Monsters University either, but like I said earlier, we're gonna have to just go through the B tier list. But I do think it is a B. I think we're just gonna have to
Yeah,
go through at least the
100%.
A and the B tier list and kind of like narrow this down a little bit more. I do like the concept of Luca.
Well, I know what
So
turning red would be for me.
what is it for you? Yeah, I'd agree. I'd
And
agree.
then
It's not that good. I also put Lightyear there as well. Turning Red is made for a specific niche. It's
yeah.
made for a specific niche audience. And unless you're part of that specific niche audience, or you're like Andrew and just are kind of like a, I don't know, what's a great way to say this, pansy of movies, then you're gonna have to just then you're gonna want it in the F. Then you're gonna want it higher than the F tier.
What in the what?
You're gonna want it if you like this movie, it'll probably be around a B or C tier.
Yeah.
But it's for a very niche audience. And unless you're woke, then you're not going to care that much for it. And most of these movies, for the most part, have been universal to some degree, have had a universal concept to some degree. And without with exceptions like Soul and Turning Red, it's kind of
Yeah.
an interesting way to play it. And while Soul does have a good story, Turning Red does not. It is just, for the most part, it's an annoyance. And it's a bore to get through. So
for me, I watched this movie with my girlfriend, and I will say my girlfriend is the only reason why I even liked this movie. But this movie, I just thought it was meh. It didn't speak to me at all, and I'm not Andrew, so
not many people are. All right.
And then Lightyear, which I also placed at F. Never seen it, so I don't know.
Lightyear is not.
I just
great.
knew what
It
you
does
were
a
gonna say.
disservice.
I just knew what you were gonna say. So
Yeah, you'd heard me talk about it before. Lightyear does a disservice to the Toy Story character Buzz Lightyear. It's supposed to be a
like
fake
when I
origin
heard,
story, but
yeah,
they do a whole bunch of wrong stuff with it. It's way better to go see not Batman, Buzz Lightyear Stark Man. That's a way better origin for where the character Buzz Lightyear would come from. This is essentially, we're out of ideas. Let's go back to the classics, but kind of make it our own woke thing. That's kind of what this movie does. It's he's not even the main hero in this. If anything, he's the main villain. He ends up being this. Long story short, alternate time version of him is Zurg. So it is that crappy.
It goes that bad.
Yeah, it goes that bad. Instead of making Zurg a decent character and kind of expanding upon him like they do in Batman or not Bat. Why do I keep wanting to say Batman?
Alternate
Buzz Lightyear
version.
Star Command. It's not that great.
Alternate,
it's an
version of him.
Alternate timeline version. So it's an older version of him from an alternate timeline.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it really is stupid. So yeah,
and also Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear.
It's
terrible.
not necessary, and it's not good. Like Chris, like out of all the people to put there, you could have easily just put in Tim Allen again. Would have been a great thing to do. You had him recently for Toy Story 4. You're gonna have him in Toy Story 5, which they are doing because they're out of ideas. But you very easily could have put him in this, and that would have gotten a whole bunch of more people in.
Let
Instead,
Toy Story die.
Toy Story
Let it
died
rest in
after 3.
peace.
Toy Story
We don't
died
need
after 3.
another trilogy. This is stupid.
Ethan.
We need another Incredibles movie, not another Toy Story.
Ethan, Toy
I don't want
Story
you
should have ended after
force
3.
crapping this. I don't
Toy
want you
Story-
force crapping my favorite trilogy. We'll just it's like that, you know, that one meme from it's How It Should Have Ended, where it's Palpatine doing the pull-ups and he only does 6.
Yeah. I think that's good enough.
Woody needs to do 3 and that's it.
Yeah.
Woody just goes 1, 2, 3. All right, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, Toy Story 3 should have ended the whole Toy Story franchise, with the shorts kind of picking up after and kind of being the fun thing that happened after. Those were good. I think those Toy Story shorts were actually well done.
I think they did a good job though with making. There's another Toy Story movie that they made that's not a part of like the 4 or whatever. They made Toy Story the horror movie. That one was good.
Yeah, I think those, like the ones that have just become like after that have sort of been like side shorts or whatever.
Yeah,
those have been great. However, they
I
also
think it's
debunked the thing for Toy Story 4 in which Woody is forgotten. In fact, he's remembered in this thing. It's a problem with the franchise. To put it in perspective, me and you would agree, and I think Zach would too, that Toy Story shouldn't have ended with Toy Story 3. The people that don't agree with this, Mom and Andrew. Those are the only two people I know that agree that Toy Story 4 was a good ending.
Well, to be fair, both of them are girls, so
No argument for me on that opinion. I will say though, they should have ended with Toy Story 3.
oh no, 100%.
And they're doing a Toy Story 5, so I just can't wait to see how they ruin
Toy
Buzz,
Story even more, and
Buzz and
Buzz.
Woody even more, you know. All right, as far as the S
I
tier, I'm fine with that the way it is.
yeah, I
I
like
can't really
that.
think of any other
Sorry.
movie that needs to go up there.
Yeah.
I think all the rest of them are where they need to be, roughly in the tier
Mhm.
list. So, but as far as those two movies go, in the order that they're in, I'm fine with that. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I like Toy Story 2 and Incredibles. I think Toy Story 2 does a better job than Incredibles, so
All right. So for the A section, you go with the way it is here, with everything the way it is,
yeah,
like
I would say
Ratatouille,
that.
Wall-E, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I like the first four. It's like Toy
The
Story 3, and
only
after that, I'm kind
the
of
only thing
done.
that like messes me up right now would be putting Incredibles in the A, like
Hmm.
Incredibles 2 in the A tier list.
I don't think it's that good. I think it's a
But
high B, but I don't think it's an A.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's. Do you think Bug's Life is better than Incredibles 2?
That's a hard one to say.
Because Bug's Life was teetering, we decided to put it in the A. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's better, so I'm putting it in the B.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep it there.
Okay. So B tier. We're good with where I'm good with it where Incredibles 2 and Monsters University are.
Yeah, I agree.
I would think Coco would go.
Before Luca,
I think so. I think
you
so.
think?
I think so.
Okay. I'll agree with that.
And then it'd be Luca and then onward.
Finding Dory, Cars 2, Brave, Inside Out, Cars 3.
I'm good with that.
Oh, I will say for
I mean,
Keynote
do you want
for
to move Brave
Brave.
somewhere?
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm happy they made Merida a Disney princess. I thought she wasn't going to be,
I
but she is.
honestly, well, I
I
honestly
know
couldn't
you
care
don't
less.
care. I know you don't care, but I'm happy
No.
they made Merida a Disney princess. She deserves it.
Cool. You know, earlier you were saying that you were not a girl
I'm
because you
not.
didn't. After what you just said earlier, I beg to differ. But at
Whatever.
least you got better takes than mom. Uh,
Well, I'm a guy, so anyway, The Good Dinosaur and Soul, do you think that those are good where they are?
yeah, I think Good Dinosaur is better than Soul. So I think Soul.
I haven't
I don't.
seen Good
I think
Dinosaur,
Soul should
so
be. I think Soul should be a C tier.
and then Toy
Okay.
Story 4.
Toy Story 4. I don't know. Should it be in the F tier or D tier?
No, I don't think it should be in the F tier.
Okay. Reasoning.
However, if the reason is because I think they did a very good job with a bunch of the side characters.
Hmm. I don't think so. I think they did a full.
The new side characters.
Yeah. I think with Ducky and Bunny, I think they did all right. With
Yes.
the guy that Keanu Reeves played, I think he did all right. The evil Knievel character, I forget his name.
Dr.
But
Kaboom?
yeah, Kaboom, something
Something
Kaboom.
Kaboom, yeah.
But I think he did all right. I think the villain was lackluster, and the way they handled the
Yeah.
characters was pretty bad. So I think it needs to be an
She
F
was
tier.
like a pretend Lotso in sort of a way.
Yeah, it was. She wasn't that good. So I want to put it in the
No.
F tier, in honesty. But if you're okay with
Really?
it, yeah, I think it should be F tier. But I think it should be above Turning Red and Lightyear.
Yeah, I'll put it there. I agree with that.
And you're okay with
I haven't seen Lightyear, so that's you, and then I agree where Turning Red is.
I think Lightyear is the worst out of the three, because at least Turning Red doesn't like completely try to hit you over the head with SJW crap to some degree, and they don't, and the main character stays the main character.
Yeah.
that is our Pixar tier list. So join us next time
Sure.
when we might do another tier list
Uh,
like this. Join us next time when we do something like this, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will
And
see you
make sure
next
to
time.
comment. Make sure to comment down your favorite type of Fritos,
And whether or not you think Ethan is retarded for his Tangled idea,
or you
So-
think Payson's retarded.
we'll see you next time on Galactic Reviews.
Bye bye.